you guys a chance to come on because I did not give any advance notice that I was going to be online. So I'll give it a few and see if anybody hops on before I start talking. As you can see, it's the end of my day. I'm looking a little bit ragged right here. I want to give you guys a little public service announcement. Getting a coffee isn't that serious. It's not. I have been at work all day. I am tired, and I'm not actually even getting a coffee. I'm getting a sparkling water. Because I've been at work all day. I haven't ate anything. I haven't drank anything, and I'm tired. And so I'm just here in line, waiting to get my water. This truck in front of me cut me off, like jumped the curb, and gave me the finger. And it's not that serious. It's just not. Yeah. Anyways, hi guys. How are you guys doing? I don't know where my comments are at. They're usually on my screen. So if you guys leave a comment, hopefully it will pop up because it's not showing. I'm trying to cover my badge right now. I didn't think about that, and I'm in my uniform. But I hope you guys are well. I hope nobody is so caffeine deprived on this Saturday that they feel the need to be jumping curbs, trying to run people over, because it's just not that serious. But yeah, I thought I'd give you guys some life updates real quick. I've not posted many videos lately. It's just been hard to get some up. I do have videos coming up for next week that are edited and uploaded to come out next week. I don't feel strong. Some days I do. Some days I feel like I'm conquering something. I'm defeating everything I didn't think would ever actually happen. I spent years of my marriage thinking like there's no point in trying to get out of it, that I'll never get away from him. I left him before, and nobody wanted to help me. Everybody was like, take him back, get your husband. We weren't even married at the time, actually. And we were just engaged, and literally everybody was telling me to take him back, and he was telling everybody he was suicidal, and everybody was telling me that if I didn't take him back, it was going to be my fault if he DIED, because I wasn't helping him. And so I took him back. Hi, Lisa. And I think because I updated my phone the other day, hi, Lindsay. My live is different now. My chats are coming up very tiny on the bottom of the screen, very, very tiny. But yeah, I didn't really think I'd ever get to this point. So in that sense, I'm very proud of myself. But I am so tired. Hi. I only sleep 1 or 2 hours a night. I mean, I used to only sleep 3 or 4 hours a night because of my insomnia. I don't care about the BLM stuff, so there's that. I didn't really think that we'd ever get to this point that we'd be away from him. And we are. I'm very proud of that. I really am. But are we away from him? Something that's been heavy on my mind, really, really heavy on my mind this week. order. Yes. Yes. Sorry. I'm tired.
Me too. I'm ready to go home.
Me too. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Something that I wish I could figure out how to cover my badge without holding my hand here. Something that I didn't think was happening would be us getting away from him, but I don't feel like we're truly fully away from him. You know, we had court, and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in a video. Whether or not I've uploaded it, I don't know. But I'm about to park my car, guys. I'm gonna drink this water and talk to you guys for a minute, and then I'm gonna get my groceries and go home. Oh, I'm not gonna park here because the sun's gonna blind me. Hold on. I didn't really think we'd ever get away from him. This is sort of better, sort of. Okay. Why does it? If I could just figure out how to get this to, you guys are seeing my badge, and I'm not supposed to show you my badge. Just trying to get this to where I can, yeah, I should go to the gym where I go 4 days a week. I'm doing my best. What do you want from me? Anyways, I still feel like he has a lot of control over our lives. In the sense that we, despite all the charges he has against him for the things he's done to me and the kids, that they still were letting him file for full custody and fight with me over custody of the kids. I think that's insane. I ended up trading him full custody of the kids for the house because the house is more important to him and the kids are more important to me. He also thought if he gave me full custody of the kids that he would not have to pay any type of child support or anything. The judge did order him to pay child support, but it's been like 2 months now and he has not, and I don't think he will. So, I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Sorry, I was listening to my car because my car likes to stress me out. Anyways, so the kids and I are looking for a house. If you saw my last video, I was actually looking at a house. I've looked at several houses. I have spent a ton of money on applications for houses, and I've been denied because I don't make 5 times the rent amount, which is insane because a house for rent for the size of my family is around $2,000 a month. I don't make $10,000 a month, so no, I don't make 5 times the income for all these houses. And even if a person says that, oh, yeah, you make enough for the house or whatever, then they turn around and say, well, we don't really want 5 kids in a house. So it's just, we're down to the wire. We have 5 weeks to move. I still don't have a house for us. I have a lead on a house that's a rent-to-own house, but I won't know about that until next week, the end of the week next week. Then I'll have some sort of idea on that, on what we're going to do. But at the moment, I don't know. But I have 5 weeks left to have us moved. So it's very stressful. On top of that, I have been working a lot of hours at work. I am training in a new department, which is awesome. I am cross-trained in several departments where I work, and I really enjoy my job. I love my job. I love my bosses. I love most of my coworkers. I love how busy my job is. I love um, just I love a lot about my job. Um, I'm gonna try what this is saying. Okay. Oh, it didn't let me. Um, I really do. I only quit working there before because James did not want me working there because there was men there. Like there isn't men everywhere you go. Um, but I absolutely love it. It is a wonderful job for someone like me who loves to multitask and loves to be busy and loves never ending go, go, go. And that's what I get there. So I love my job. I know that not a lot of people say that. I hear people all day long say, I hate it here, but that's because they just don't have the ability to multitask. Um, Although the other day while I was cross training, I was a little bit stressed out, and I'm pretty sure at some point I said I hate it here, but I didn't really mean it. I just hated it there at that moment. I'm sure we all have those moments, right? But I just thought to give you guys a few updates. So I'm training in this new department. I'm picking up a lot more hours. My kids are still in co-op. They're still doing their schoolwork at home. I'm still checking it at night and putting out new work and working with them on things they need help with when I get home before I crash out completely. Um, what else? CJ works with me now. I know I've shared that before, but he works a different shift than me, and so sorry, I'm reading. I I'm really trying very hard, and let me see if I can show you guys this book. I've been trying really hard to focus more on prayer and putting things in his hands and not worrying so much about it. But I do still find myself worrying and stressing, and then I have to remind myself, and I have to, kind of push those negative thoughts out and try to just look for something good in it and pray that, God's not doing things in my time because it's in his time and that I can't control that. Um, it's just hard. Um, but at church, we're actually on Wednesday nights doing a book study. I'm going to show you guys real quick because it's actually perfect for a point in my life that I'm in right now. But we have been talking about meditation and prayer lately the last 2 weeks, and we'll be in chapter 3 Wednesday. But it's been good for me to read this and know that it's not an overnight thing to just drop everything and let God handle it. But it's hard. Um, I know I'll get there. Um, but yeah, CJ's working with me. He, Mika, and Penny have prom coming up very soon. Yesterday was Penny's birthday. Um, I don't think there is in the area I live in, maybe in Oklahoma City, but not in the area I live in. We don't even have like any type of homeless shelters or anything else in my area. We have a ton of homeless in my area, but nothing like that houses them. Um, but yeah, yesterday was Penny's birthday, so I officially have 3 teenagers, which is just, it's wild. There are teenagers driving all over the small parking lot being dumb. There's one doing donuts in a vehicle right here. Let me show you guys. Um, Dumb kids. Anyways, sorry, trying to get my thing back on my deal. Um, I can smell their melted tires now. Anyway, yeah, Penny's 13 now, so now I have 3 teenagers. It's crazy to me. I have one adult teenager, 18, and then I have 2 15 and 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and an 8-year-old, and it's a crazy time to be an adult. I don't know. It's just very weird to me to have such old kids. Um, but yeah, 3 of them have prom coming up. They have. I messed up my thing now because I wanted to show you guys what was going on. 3 of them have a dance coming up, and that's, I think, in March or April. Um, I'll have to check, but it's like an 80s theme prom. No, there's not a Salvation Army near me. I don't think you're being bossy. It's just there isn't anything like that unless we drove an hour away, and then I'd be more than an hour away from work. I have no idea what our plan is going to be yet, but we're working on it. Um, but hopefully we get this house that if we get it, it'll be a rent to own. It'll be much cheaper than a rental payment, and it'll be a fixer upper, but it'll be ours. Um, that's the goal right now. But I'm just waiting to see if that's what God wants. Um, but other than that, yesterday was Penny's birthday. All she wanted for her birthday was a rabbit hutch for her rabbit. I got her a rabbit hutch. She's very happy with it. Her rabbit's very happy with it. It looks like a little house. Um, it's very cute, and she loves it. So she's happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I have such one simple teenager. Uh, but yeah, other than that, I don't know. I really need to start going through things and getting things packed, I guess. It's overwhelming, but we need to. I need to start getting boxes and totes, and I guess just going through things that we don't use every day and packing up those things so that when we move, it'll be easier. That's probably the best idea. Because we have 6 people in our house, and that's a lot of stuff to move. So we need to get busy pretty quickly. But I don't know. Life is crazy. Never would I have ever thought in February of last year this is where I'd be February of this year. February of last year at this time, I was honestly a basket case. I was taking care of James post femur surgery. Um, he wasn't able to walk on his own. He was using a walker. I was having to help him with showering, using the bathroom, waiting on his hand and foot with his food and drinks and everything else, being screamed at that I wasn't doing anything quick enough, and driving back and forth to his dad's house a mile away, taking care of his dying dad, who was in stage 5 kidney failure and had a mass in his bladder and refused. Before he wasn't able to argue anything, he flat out told me he did not want anybody taking care of him but me. And he told James and my son the same thing. He told his daughter the same thing. And then as things declined, and it was just me taking care of him, and I was taking care of James, and it was just the most exhausting period of my life I think I've ever experienced, and yet somehow I'm more tired right now. But that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Um, I've worked in nursing, I've worked in hospice, but doing hospice care for my father-in-law absolutely shattered a part of my heart. His dad and I were very, very close. I, I, um, I talked to him on the phone all day long while homeschooling the kids. He would bring the kids popsicles and things all the time. We were all very close. He and James were not close. I would go over there with a push mower in my van and go mow his yard. I would help him clean his house, do his dishes, um, just visit with him if he was lonely, bring the kids to see him. And when he started declining and his kidneys started failing, I was so upset with him because he knew for 15 years he was in kidney failure and he refused to do dialysis. And that was very hard to understand and to process why he wouldn't just fight with, fixing things, or at least making this all slow down. But he was just done. His wife had passed. He felt like he lived a good life. He was tired. He was done. And he made that very clear. He just told me to take care of him until he's gone. And I promised I would, and I did. But I was not sleeping at all. I don't think I slept more than an hour, and I don't even think I slept that much in a week, the week he passed, because James was a basket case with wanting and barking demands at me to do everything all the time, expecting me to be waiting on him and his dad both hand and foot and take care of 5 kids and a farm and everything else. And I was doing it, but I don't know how. But yeah, I would go home. I would take care of James. I would make some food real quick while I was taking care of James, and I would have one of the older kids make everybody plates, and then I would go back to his dad's house with a plate of food, try to get him to eat, take care of him, change his cat bag, clean his house, do his dishes, whatever I need to do, take care of his dog, get him laid down, run back to my house, try to get James a bath or whatever, and just back and forth and back and forth. And it was something so truly hard that I'll probably be talking about it in therapy for a while. Um, but despite all that and despite how hard it was, I don't think a year ago I would have ever thought I'd be here now. I don't think I ever thought I'd be away free from James, and I don't feel free from James. I'd like to think I am. I think once we're moved, I think I'll feel free of him. I mean, as far as his criminal case, they said it could be 2029 before it's resolved. So, in that sense, we won't be free of him anytime soon. But we'll see. Um, it's been a very busy week. I'm glad I'm off work tomorrow. We have church. We also have our Thrive service at church and baptisms. We have our baptism service tomorrow night, and we are doing Penny's birthday tomorrow because I'm off work. So it's a lot. um, but I just wanted to hop on here and say hi. I'm sorry I have not had any videos out. I don't think I've worked under 10, 12 hours in a day in weeks. So I'm tired a lot. um, but I do have 3 videos that'll be up next week, and I'm hoping to start filming again soon. It's just been a lot. 4 days a week after I get off work, the kids and I go to the gym. Some of the days CJ's at work and can't go. Other days he does go with us. But we go to the gym. We work out, we swim, things like that. It's good for me. It's good for the kids. Gets everybody out. Gets everybody exercise. Kind of gets our minds off the work and court and all of that. And it's something good for us to do together. So I'm enjoying it. They're enjoying it. We quit going for a little bit. I slipped in the shower and hurt my back some more. And so for probably over a month, we didn't go. And I also started relying heavily on coffee with a lot of creamer and sugar in it. And I gained back a bunch of weight, like 8 pounds. So I'm trying to get my focus back on that. And that's why I got this here sparkling water instead of a coffee. Besides, the sparkling water is $3 and the coffee is like 8. And that's like my little life splurge for the week. But I just wanted to let you guys know, please don't lose faith in me. I will be back and better than ever soon. I just need the grace and the space to get it together. And I'm going through some hard things right now. I think in the last 8 months since James was arrested, I think that in the beginning I was just kind of in the fight mode of don't think about it, just think about what you have to do, think about surviving, getting through it, protecting your kids, pushing forward, getting an attorney, getting a job, getting your electric turned back on because he got it shut off, etc. And I wasn't in a place where I could really process everything. And I'm kind of going through some of that now. I'm going through some different periods. Like, I went through a point where I was sad, like really sad. And when I was talking about things with my therapist, because I kept saying, I don't understand why I feel so sad and why I keep crying, because I don't miss him. I find so much peace in knowing that no matter what time I get off work, I'm not going to have 300 missed calls from somebody threatening me. I'm not going to have my mileage on my car tracked. I'm not going to have my phone checked every day. I'm not going to be called names constantly. And it doesn't matter what time I get home or go to bed. And I can sleep in a bed now because I spent 4 years sleeping on a couch. There's so many things that I find so much happiness in now. But I just felt so sad. And I couldn't understand why I felt so sad. And my therapist told me, you're not sad because of him. You're not. You're sad because of the idea of it. You're sad because you're losing a husband. You're sad because you're losing your image you built for yourself of what you wanted in your life. You wanted a husband and you wanted a family and you wanted things to be a certain way, and things aren't going to be that way, and you're grieving what should have been or what would have been. But would that ever have actually been? Because it wasn't. It was awful. It was controlling. It was abusive. It was violent. And she's right. That is what I grieved, because I wanted to be loved by somebody that I loved, and I never truly had that. I wanted him to care as much as I cared about his happiness. That's what I wanted. And I'm grieving that idea. I'm grieving the loss of what I wanted and what I prayed for and didn't have. And she's right. And then I went through a period where I just felt like I was just going through motions and I felt empty. And again, my therapist was right. I was just so overwhelmed by everything going on that I was just kind of checking out and surviving. And lately I've been in a period of anger, so much anger, and it makes me tired all the time. And I'm working so many hours, and working that much is making me more tired. Um, so every time I sit still very long, I fall asleep. Every time I try to watch a movie, I fall asleep. I tried to watch Wicked with my kids, fell asleep both times. Um, Yesterday after work, I told Mika, I said, my alarm's set for 30 minutes, and then I'll be up to make dinner. Slept through my alarm, slept 4 more hours. When I woke up, Mika told me they ate peanut butter and jelly. So, um, yeah. Um, and my anger comes from the fact that he came into my life and he made so many promises. He told me he was going to be someone that he was not. And he took so much from me. Um, when we got together, I just finished nursing school. I um, I had this job that I'm at now, but I worked in a medical department there, and on the floor, um, I was working very hard at my job. I was doing well. I I was happy. I had a house. I had a crappy car, but I was happy. I was working a lot of hours in a job I loved, and he did not like it. Um, so when what actually happened was he had come over several times, and during the time we were dating, and he worked at oil field. He'd be out for 3 weeks and then home for 3 days. And somewhere along the way, um, maybe 2 months in, he just stayed for like 6 days or something like that. And I was coming and going from work, and he was just there every time I'd get home. And like, to be honest, at that house, where I lived before, I never locked my doors. It was a safe area, and so I didn't really think much of it. I didn't know if he was coming and going or what, but he should have been going back to work out of state. And so I finally one day was like, "Are you going to go back to your house? Like, are you going to check on your cat?" And he was like, "Oh, I gave my cat away, and I gave my apartment up, and all this." And I was like, "So you live with me?" Like, I don't understand. And he was like, "Well, I'm always here anyway." And then I was like, I didn't know what to say because he gave up his house. And I was just like, "Oh, all right." Um, but shortly after that, he started to get more and more controlling over things in my life. He didn't want me around certain family members, around certain friends that they were, what would he say? Like, he'd say they were bad for me, but I'm trying to, in my mind, remember how exactly he would say it. He would say, like, "I don't think they're a good influence on you." And he would say that still about my sister. Like, up until things happened, like when he went to jail, he would say my sister was a bad influence on me. Um, but he would just say, "I don't think this friend's good for you. I don't think that friend's good for you. I don't think this is good for you. I don't think that's good for you." And um, slowly, he just kind of drove wedges between the people that were in my life. And then um, at some point, um, I looked up and there was nobody around me. And the only person that was still really supportive in my life was my boss. She was amazing, and he would call up there if I didn't get off, like at 7 p.m. If it was 7:01, he was calling my work, having them transfer him to my department, and screaming and yelling at me on the phone. And when she would answer the phone, she would go off on him and tell him that I leave when she tells me to leave and not before then, and not to talk to her rudely. And I was very thankful for her until I'd get home and he'd have a big fit. Um, but eventually I ended up leaving my job because he did not want me working there. I went to work in a nursing home because he didn't want me working in a jail around male work at a nursing home, and then he didn't want me working there because he couldn't hang out with his friend on the weekend because I was working double weekends. And he thought it was better if I just stay home. So I stayed home, and then his next excuse was, I think that you should just take a break from working. I think you should let me handle things. And then from there, it was like, you need to close your bank account. You don't need a bank account in your name. I'll control the bills. I'll give you money for things. And then it was just like full control of everything. He took the car that was mine, that was in my name, and traded it in on another vehicle. I would think he would have to have my permission, but he didn't. And he got another vehicle and put it in his name, and just all of our utilities, everything were in his name. And he just controlled everything in my life. And at a certain point in the last week or so, I really felt anger about all of that. I felt like I had my stuff together. I was working hard. I was doing things right in my life. I was doing good. And he just destroyed that and tore me down. And now here we are in the middle of a huge divorce, and he's taking everything. He's leaving with everything, and I'm leaving with nothing but my kids. And he's happy, and I have to start all over because he destroyed me. And so I've been fighting with that anger, and I don't know. How do you deal with that? I mean, how do you get through something like that? Because I don't know. It's something I'm still working on, and I'm very thankful that I'm in therapy because there's so many things that I've been feeling in the last month or so. In 8 months, yes, but in the last month or so especially, that I'm trying to process and understand that I don't think without my therapist I could. So the kids are all also in therapy, but that's not my business to tell. So I won't talk about any of that, but um, I'm working on it. That car that just did all those donuts is coming back into this parking lot, so hopefully they don't do anything they shouldn't do. But yeah, we're trying. We're trying to survive out here, and just that's the best we can do, you know. But if those of you that see this would pray and pray hard, or at least have good thoughts and hopes for my family, by the end of next week, I should know something about this house. The people that live in it right now that are currently renting it are supposed to be moved out by next week, so that I can look at the inside of it. I do not have the 5,000 down because it's 5,000 down, and then I just pay monthly on it until it's paid off. And I filed my taxes. It's not my tax return's not $5,000 because I've only worked since August, but it's part of it, and so I'm hoping that comes pretty quickly. We'll see, but if I get that, then I just have to come up with the rest of the money to the rest of the 5,000 for the down payment, and then I'll just pay monthly on it, literally a quarter of what rent on a 4-bedroom house would be. And instead of just paying monthly for something that I'm just throwing money into that isn't mine, I will own this house. So hopefully it's what we want. And we'll own it so we can do it, fix it, and do what we want with it, and that's good. Not thrilled to have my kids in town, but I will do whatever it takes to get my kids free of him and safe from him. So, yeah. But I'm so thankful my boss hired me back at my job because I love it. I love my coworkers. I have several coworkers that I absolutely love, and some of them are on shifts other than mine, so we see each other when they come in for their shift or when they are leaving their shifts and I'm coming in. We have like an overlap of a couple of hours, and so we all visit and things in between and in passing, and we will kind of visit a little bit here and there. And I love those people dearly, and I think it's good for me to have a safe place to work and a place that I know I have a future. And in that, that's one thing I was going to tell you guys is once things are settled and we're moved and all of that, I'm going to be starting some online classes. I'm going to do a bachelor's in criminal justice, one in criminal forensics, and one in criminal psychology. And then I will also be doing medical terminology, physiology, and anatomy, and something else. I don't remember what else. I have to check on the med term anatomy and physiology because I've done those once, so I really don't think I need to do them again. I'll find out. But anyways, I will be going back to school. I'm not doing all three at once. Definitely not. I have 5 kids and a job, so I'm excited for it, though. I'm excited to do the things that I want to do with my life and to do things for my kids and for them to have a good future. So, yeah. But other than that, I have family and I have friends nearby who are amazing. I sat, what night was that one? No, Wednesday night? Either Wednesday night or Thursday night. I stayed up with a friend all night long talking about life, and I was really tired at work the next day, but we were just talking, and the conversation did not end, and it was so much needed. And it's just nice to have somebody that you can just talk with. And there were so many of those people that were taken from my life that were just so dear to me, that were like the closest and trusted people in my life that he pulled and separated me from. And I'm so thankful for the ones that have come back and don't hold against me that I was just trying to survive. Um, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. All of it is hard. It's harder than I imagined it would ever be. And I'm doing it, but it is so hard. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm about to run into Walmart and get a few things for our dinner and get home and get kids ready for church tomorrow and washed up and get Maddie in her pull up and get her seizure meds and read some Bible and read my Bible study book, which I've got a whole mess on my seat in my car because I've got my lunch box and my work bag and my jacket and my Bible and this book because I bring them with me when I have to pick CJ up at night so I can read them while I wait on him, because sometimes he gets off when he's supposed to, sometimes he works over, just like I work over. I'm trying to not show you my badge, even though I'm pretty sure I've showed it several times. Anyways, I've been taking notes. As I read, and I have another book somewhere in here. Oh well, it's over here. Anyways, I have another book that I write my Sunday notes in when we do church on Sundays, but a separate book for that study we're doing, and I'm really thankful that we are doing something on prayer because it has been so heavy on me that I don't pray enough and I don't pray the way I should. for many years of my marriage, my prayer was always that James realized that he loves us, that James wants to do better, that James be better, that James wake up and not be so angry, that James would choose to have a good day sometimes, that James would choose his family over his problems mentally. And I realized that while it's good to pray for other people and for the better for other people, that their lives are better, that my prayer should have been for my strength. I should have prayed that God give me strength to pull my kids out of it. That's what I should have prayed for. And every day now, since having that epiphany, every day I pray that God continues to give me the strength He gave me on June 14th, 2025. And the strength that I have every time we go back to court, and the strength we have every time we have to go to any of the meetings to do with any of it, with the attorneys and all of it. And I truly pray that I continue to be strong through all of this, and that this doesn't make me a bitter and angry person in the end, because I don't like the anger I have felt for the last 10 days. I don't like it at all. I do not like to be an angry person. I also don't like to be sad. I like to be busy. I like to stay busy and not feel at all is what I like. And that's something my therapist and I have talked about quite a lot, because it has its good things about it, because it's good to be able to get through things. So in that sense, it's a good thing. But it's not good to never feel. It's not good to make yourself the kind of person who never feels. But anyway, I'm going to get over to Walmart. I'm going to get the stuff for dinner. I have some chicken thawed. I'm going to do some chicken in air fryer, breaded and cooked like that. Some of it I'm just going to grill on the stove real quick. And we are going to have chicken salads for dinner. And I'm going to grab 2 bags of Caesar salad and some olives. I think that's it. If they have a cantaloupe, that's good. I've been craving cantaloupe for weeks. If they don't, then I'm not going to get one. But that'll be dinner. It'll be easy to clean up. And we'll be up early for church tomorrow. I might set my alarm and get up and make breakfast. I might sleep in. It's the only day that I, quote, sleep in, because I don't have to be up till 7. Wednesdays I'm off work, but I have to be up by 6 because my Mika has her therapy at 6 a.m. on Wednesdays, and then we have to be at co-op. And so we get up and we get moving, and the rest of the week, depending on the day, some days I go into work super early, but most of the time I'm up at 3 or 4, sometimes sooner. So that being said, it's my, quote, sleep-in day. We go to 2, if not 3 church services on Sunday. It just depends on if I get everybody else up early. But I think I would like to get up early enough to make breakfast. I never make breakfast anymore for the kids, and I hate it. I hate that I'm not there when they wake up. I hate that I don't get time to make them sourdough goodies. I hate that I don't have time to make them desserts and treats and bread, and I don't have time to do anything anymore that brings me happiness, except my job. I mean, my job brings me a ton of happiness. I love my job, guys. Like, I can't say it enough. I spent a good chunk of my day today with the director of my job, because we had a crazy day that ended up with the director being there on a Saturday, and it was still wonderful. But all of this to say, there's a lot of sadness and regrets I have, when it comes to my kids that I feel like I'm failing because I'm not there for a lot of things. And it's something that I'm just going to have to accept because I have them away from him. And we have a fresh start, and we don't have to beg or ask for anything. We don't have to walk on eggshells. We don't have to be silent when somebody walks into the room. We don't have to eat dinner in silence. We don't have to go to bed at 7 p.m. because somebody tells us we have to. We don't have to do anything but worry about ourselves now. And as silly as that sounds, that's all we need. And it's been a hard thing to accept, but I do miss so much so getting up and making breakfast for my kids and spending the day with them, homeschooling them all day because our homeschool looks so different now, and making desserts and things with the kids, like all of those things. Um, that I just don't have time for. I try to make time for them, but I'm just so tired when I'm at home that there is no time. Right now, I should be making dinner. It's 6:51, and I'm about to end this video and run in the store and back out as fast as I can so I can go home and make dinner. But I just really wanted to let you guys know to please, please just hold on. I promise I'm going to be back, and there is going to be day in the life videos. There's going to be grocery hauls. There is going to be freezer meals and weekly meal prep because I've got to get my life together. And things like that would help me so much is if I did. I've been watching capsule kitchen videos whenever I'm waiting on CJ to get off work. If I'm not reading, like if I leave my book at home, which I'm bad about doing on Thursday nights because, or not Thursday nights, Friday nights, because after church on Wednesday, I always bring it in the house to read, and then I forget it, and then, so Friday nights, I always don't have it when I need it to read in the parking lot, but Friday nights, I have been watching these capsule kitchen videos that are very entrancing to me, and learning the difference between meal prep and capsule kitchens, and I'm very fascinated, and I'm wondering if that is something we should try. But it, as a whole, saves me so much to meal prep, meal plan, and freezer cook, and that's going to be something I'm going to be doing as soon as we move, is I plan to take a Sunday afternoon after church and take just make a ton of freezer meals and just save us so much time that I can spend with my kids. And so if you guys will just hang on, I promise I will be, like I said, I'll be back with more videos, but I am going to be sharing videos. They just may be a little bit sporadic until we get moved because there's just so much on my plate. But I have videos that I've uploaded for next week, and my goal is to get up videos for the week after as fast as I can. And then I think I have like 3 weeks worth of videos to edit and upload, and then from there we should be getting ready to move, and I can pick up and show you guys where we're at in life with moving and this house that we hopefully get and just everything. But I'm going to end this video. I just felt the urge to come on here and do a live and visit with you guys. So I hope you're all well. I hope you guys will stick around and ride this rough ride out with us. And I hope you guys, if you haven't subscribed, will subscribe. And I hope that if you are a subscriber, you'll share my channel with other people that you love, because it would help. Well, I don't know that I found a house. Doris, I have a lead on a house. people live in this house. They're supposed to be moved out by the end of next week so that I can view the inside because, I'm not going to disrupt their moving and their life. But it's a rent-to-own house, and it's 4-bedroom. And everything that I've looked at that's 4-bedroom around here is at least $2,000 a month. And most of those people want me to have 5 times that as an income. And I definitely don't make $10,000 a month. But if I get this house, it'll be a quarter of that a month in the payment. But I have to have 5,000 down. So hopefully, with God's will, I will figure out how to have $5,000, and I will have this house because it would be a blessing for real. But we'll see. I will definitely. I will. I actually know the person that is doing the rent, that owns the house. They have a bunch of rental houses, and they are getting out of renting their houses. And so as people's leases are up and the people move out, they're selling them as rent to own or, X amount lump sum just to get rid of their rental houses. They are my dad's landlords, and he has lived there for several years in one of their houses, and he knows them. And but I do intend on having somebody help me with all of that. I have a friend who his family, like, they do like building contracting stuff. I don't know what it's called, but for, like, I don't know, building houses. I can't think of what it's called. But anyways, he said he would look at it and make sure that the house was, like, not going to collapse or something. And my sister's husband used to do roofing before they have their food truck now, which if you're in Oklahoma, you should follow them on Facebook. It's Mama May's Food Truck. Just throw that out there for you guys. But before that, he did roofing, so I'm going to have him look at the roof. And I'm just going to have some people really help me look it over. I have somebody from my church who also builds new houses and is one of the pastors in my church, and I was going to ask him if he'd look at it as well. But it's a fixer-upper. People have lived in it, but it's only $500 a month and not $2,000 a month. And so, and the good thing is whereas if I pour $2,000 a month into rent, I have nothing to show for it. If I put $500 into a house payment and I own it one day, and whatever extra I pour into it gives us a home that we create that's ours, then I feel like I'm not just throwing away $2,000 a month. But if we get this house, I will be sharing with you guys anything and everything that we need to do with it as far as refixing things and whatever. And I will take you guys on that journey with us, as well as having a backyard farm, because that ought to be interesting, a little homestead. But yeah, and then I will take you guys along for our meal prep and meal planning and freezer meals and our what's for dinners and our life as a general. And if you have ideas, I just changed my channel name, but I'm probably going to change it again. So let me know. Or do you think we shouldn't change it? You let me know. But if you guys could please share my channel on your Facebook, text a link to a friend, do whatever to help share my channel. I would appreciate it more than words would ever be able to express, because if my channel grows, it's less stress for me, because the more my channel grows, it's income. And how long have you? Very cute. Very cute. I don't know why people are so pathetic that they have to spend their time on the internet trolling people or attempting to troll people. You must lead a very sad life. That's the only assumption I have. Because people who are happy in their lives don't have to go on the internet and talk down to other people and be disrespectful and rude to other people. So, I don't know, but I'll pray for you. Um, yeah, but with that, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to get my kids some dinner made as soon as I get home. We're going to read some Bible times. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm going to do some Bible time with some kids and hang out with some kids. They're probably going to want to watch a movie. I'm going to go to bed. If they want to watch a movie tomorrow night, I will watch a movie with them tomorrow night, but I'm tired. And I pray all of you have a good weekend and a good week coming up. And I pray that God gives me and my children the strength to finish getting through this. I pray that God shows us his plan for us, because I know he has big plans for us. I pray that God walks us through those things, and I pray that God is with all of you this week. And especially those of you that are commenting such rude and hateful things, because you truly need him. But I will see you guys soon. And don't forget next week to watch for some new videos. I'll see you guys later.